Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Masu Pro Wrestling. I'm your host and sole commentator, Masu Pro Wrestlington. And tonight we are going to start off with Idol Division number 1 Contenders Tournament action. Someone that is very, very familiar with the Idol Division Championship. It is Rocky, going to be starting us off in our opening match. First fall to a finish. Rocky, a multi-time champion, hasn't been seen in the Idol Division Championship conversation in a while, hasn't been able to get to that point, get to those matches. Rocky has beat the likes of Glitchy, Draven, has beaten everybody up on the mountain, the top of the mountain that is the MPW Idol Division, one of the most competitive, if not the most competitive division in MPW. Can Rocky prove it once again that they are able to climb that mountain and be able to sit on that pot of gold, on that hill of gold at the top of the mountain, grab that brass ring? I mean, if someone has the mentality of a champion, I would say Rocky is definitely one of them. Rocky is one of those people that have the tenacity, have the drive, have the aggression to be champion in MPW, and we've seen it multiple times as they've held multiple championships. But can they do it again? You know, there's something to be said about not having to prove yourself after a while, but in this kind of industry, in this business, you have to continuously prove that you deserve to be here, because as time goes on, you know, you start to break down, you start to wear down, people question, are you still good enough? So having to prove yourself is a constant in this business, and someone that is constantly trying to prove themselves in MPW's own Bunny Bean Usino, looking to get their first ever Idol Division Championship, first ever championship in MPW, period. Looking to finally join that lineage, that historic line of idols to enter MPW and hold on to that Idol Division Championship and join that list of champions for the ages. I mean, Usino is one of the most durable contenders we've seen. They may not be able to pull out, they may have not been able to pull out some championship victories, but they have fought against adversity since stepping between these ropes at the very beginning of MPW. Can they go up against adversity again, take down the ginormous task that is taking down Rocky, prove themselves worthy, and move on in this tournament to get the Idol Division Championship? Rocky straight out the gate going for the sliding knee. Gets blocked by Usino, but Usino does not capitalize off of it. And Rocky's going to move Usino to the ropes. What could they be looking for here to just hang them dry off the ropes? Using their surroundings. Usino's proven time and time again that they're able to, when it matters, they're able to take out the win, or I should say, they're able to take down people that some would say on paper are much stronger than them, have much better wrestling prowess and abilities, but when it matters the most, it doesn't seem like Usino's able to put in that work. A punch from across the ring from Rocky. So can Usino prove it today that when it comes down to brass tacks, they are able to pull out the win, and they're able to get that big win to put them over the edge? Because it doesn't matter how many times you win if you can't pick up the championship. Usino, double stomp, clipping the arm and chest of Rocky, and now going to go off the ropes. Backflip, didn't quite have it calculated, and Rocky slapped Usino for their troubles. Rocky scoop slam, planting Usino onto the canvas. And so far, it has been all Rocky. It looks like Rocky's playing with their food off the ropes. Cross body onto the floor to hook the leg early on in this match. A 2 count already. If Usino wants any chance in this tournament, they have to pull out something big. They have to pull out every opportunity. They have to take every opportunity they can get and pull out everything in their arsenal. Bumps the ref. Sends Rocky directly into our official. Ooh, short-ass brainbuster to Rocky. Like I said, you have to pull out anything in your arsenal. Some things they won't even expect. That looked deadly and dangerous, just dumping Rocky on their neck and head. Sling blade rolled through and continuing to target that noggin of Rocky. The dome, if you will. Rocky rolls out of the ring trying to get some space, but Usaino not allowing it. Looks like Usaino might have landed on their tailbone, but also Rocky cushioning their fall on the floor. We talk about a lot of moments in MPW. What is something that shocked the world, you know, history-defining moments, and I feel like Usaino defined their career when they came into MPW, their first ever match up against GlitchyBasturds, the behemoth, one of the biggest wrestlers size-wise and strength-wise in MPW, and they were able to defeat the odds. The Goliath German suplex, the Goliath was slain by Usaino that day, and that moment solidified their career. Oh my god, pop-up side suplex. Kick out at one, though, by Usaino. And Usaino has been battling people bigger than them since the beginning. Can they do it again here and beat Rocky? Reversal basement dropkick. Rocky got out of the way. Pele kick by Usaino. Catching Rocky off guard. Usaino thinking of something in the corner, but wanting to make sure Rocky stays down. Maybe thinking against it. Hesitation will cost you matches. What could Usaino be thinking? Maybe Usaino's playing with their food this time, but you can't be playing with someone like Rocky. Rolls through. This time capitalizes on it. But the momentum is short-lived as Rocky Saito suplex or sidewalk something slam. And now Rocky's gonna meet Usaino on the other side of the ring on the outside. Referee, our official's gonna start the count. Of course, they have till 10 before getting back into the ring, and Rocky knows this and is gonna take their sweet time wearing down Usaino with a submission hold on the outside. Of course, the referee's discretion on how fast the count is going to go. Referee says let them fight on the outside. Usaino gets out. But the referee also making sure that they're aware that they got to get into the ring if they want to win this match. Drops the knees back. Handspring into the knees as well onto the floor. Rocky looking to deal as much punishment. Atomic drop. Into a splash across body on the floor. Dealing as much damage, but you don't want to spend too much time on the outside. Electric chair drop position connects with Usaino. Back of the head nearly bouncing off the barricade. Maybe Usaino. 8 count. Usaino might be looking for a count-out victory, but Rocky swiftly making it back in before the 9 count, and Usaino wasn't paying attention. Lost and found for Rocky. The hubris, no! Usaino gets the shoulder up, barely keeping their dreams alive. The hubris nearly taking Usaino. Usaino's gonna do something big to put away Rocky down the rabbit hole. Pulls the leg away from the ropes. 1, 2. Rocky with a solid kick out at 2. Rocky showing no signs of giving up. Usaino trying to pick up some steam in the corner. Chop blocked. And a couple slaps being traded between these two. Sling blade rolls through into another drop kick. Rocky sits back up. Usaino this time connects with the inverted DDT off the ropes. Gonna slow it down, target the back of Rocky. Usaino looks a little bit lost of what they want to do here. Usaino picking up Rocky again for a suplex, a little bit of a stalling suplex. And a knee strike to the temple. Speaking of to the temple, Usaino going to the corner for a bunny hop and Pele kick. Clipping the jaw and forehead of Rocky to put away the dragon. Kick at it 2 again. Usaino has put almost everything they've got into this facebuster. A weak facebuster. Rocky's back up first, though. That might have been all they wrote for Usaino, just bashing Usaino in the head. Rocky showing the stamina that they have over Usaino. Twisting the arm. The vitality of Rocky. Usaino snapmare. Off the ropes and targeting that side of the head again. Any one of those shots could knock Rocky out. Any one of those could concuss Rocky. But Rocky stands strong. Elbow drop rolls through, though. Nobody home on that interaction. Drop kicks the legs out right from under him. And a bunny stomp from the top rope to put away Rocky. 1, 2. No! Everything in the kitchen sink is being thrown at Rocky. Usaino puts one more through the dragon splash. Bull running knee strike. Rocky up top. Elbow drop. Nobody's home. Usaino says, bring it. And it is being brung by Rocky. Tree of Woe. A devastating, dangerous position to be in. You got nowhere to go, hung up in the ropes. Rocky is one big move away from taking this. Usaino looks out of it. But even though Usaino continues to fight on, world's fluffiest slam. Chops blocked. And the smacks being traded between Rocky and Usaino. Rocky once again comes out on top. Holy crap. Tosses Usaino in the air just to kick the back of their head. Rocky, I think Rocky's looking to put an end of it. Lost and found, a little bit close to the ropes though. And Rocky, pulls it though. That might be it. 2. Oh, rope break right as I said it. I said it a little bit too close to the ropes. We thought Usaino was completely out of it. And now Rocky biting at the fingies of Usaino. Usaino keeps this match alive with the rope break. And Rocky just targeting the fingers of Usaino. Chowing down on some digits. Roll up though. Can Usaino take it? Under the nose of Rocky. No. Usaino nearly snagging the win. Oh my god. Sent into orbit. 1, 2, 3. Rocky backhands Usaino into orbit. And we'll move on for the Idol Division #1 contender tournament. A valiant effort by Usaino, but Rocky barely pulling it over MPW's own Bunny Bean. And I know that the champion, the Shogunate herself, Rize, is going to be watching this tournament from the back incredibly closely to see who will be her #1 contender. And if I'm Rize, I'm going to be worried if Rocky makes it all the way to the end. We will, I would say we're going to be moving to our next match, but actually I'm getting word from the back that we are going to be seeing a rare look at the backstage area of MPW. I'll see you guys when we get there. We're backstage at MPW as Garreth Unported is making his way in, and we're going to see a conversation between Emrys and Garreth. They've been at odds since Garreth is no longer able to challenge for the championship, as we'll move on to our next match of the night. An interesting look into the relationships in the backstage area between our professional wrestlers. We'll move on to our next match. All right, back into action. The Icon division needs a #1 contender, much like the Idol division. So we're going to be looking for a #1 contender in this tournament. And if I am Zarataro, the Icon division champion, I'm going to be very worried about this competitor. Both champions having competitors very dangerous to start off their tournaments. This is objectively, arguably, questionably a bear. Coming off of a big win against SleepyPengu, the bear will be challenging for the #1 contendership, part of the coalition of humans against treachery, led by BA Tycho, looking to bring that championship into their court. And of course, earlier we just saw Garreth Unported talking with Emrys Morgana backstage. Garreth Unported seemingly being excommunicated from his very own team, Team Wizard King. We'll have to find out more as we go along, but Garreth Unported, of course, because of the 4 members of the coalition, the Bear, Greg, Blueness, and BA Tycho, Garreth Unported is no longer eligible to challenge for the MPW Icon Division Championship for the rest of the season, which, I mean, could very well be the reasoning that Emrys Morgana and Merlin no longer want him around. They no longer see use for Garreth Unported, but that's purely speculation. What's not speculation is that this guy is definitely, potentially, questionably a bear. And he is going to be going one-on-one, or they're going to be going one-on-one against another icon in the division. Winner moves on in the tournament. And if anybody going into this match, I don't know if anybody can have a plan. How do you plan to go up against a bear? You know, how do you compartmentalize going up against a wild animal? I mean, he's obviously been trained in multiple martial arts, but I think that just makes the situation even worse. The only person that seems to be able to get to the bear, or talk to the bear, are the coalition. The bear has a very interesting relationship with one of the members, Greg. They seem to be very good friends, but not much else is known about the bear. We don't know where he came from. We don't know if they're Siberian. We don't know if they're, like, they train in the mountains, they train in the lakes. We also don't really know if it is a bear. But that's also just pure speculation, because it looks like a bear. One of the most dominant competitors we've had so far. Definitely the coalition has turned the Icon division completely on up on its side, introducing the likes of the Bear, Greg, and Blueness to each division. And they seem like they're potentially looking to completely take over MPW. I talked about plans. I talked about who would have a plan to go up against a bear, and you know, I said nobody possibly could, but if I had to pick one person in the MPW Icon division backstage to have a plan, to know exactly what to do when going up against a bear, I would say Flair knows how to take out a bear, bars. But FlairZero, we've talked about this before, we talk about at one point in Flair's career, did he finally snap? Did he stop going in, being methodical, going in? He's become more loosey-goosey, and I feel like this might be the defining moment in Flair's career. If Flair can beat a bear, will that prove to everyone that this is a completely new type of Flair? An unpredictable animal, an uncaged animal like a bear. Can Flair take out a bear? Or will he have zero chance? This is for a shot. This is for the tournament for a shot at the Icon Division Championship. Flair still, neither of these two have held a championship in their career in MPW. Flair has been pining, has been looking for that Icon Division Championship forever, and it seems like coming into Season 2, Flair might be ready for it. Through all of Season 1, Flair was unable to pick up that Icon Division Championship, but in Season 2, might just be Flair's season. Straight out of the gate with a flying knee strike blocked by Flair, and Flair immediately dismantling the bear. And a double stomp. When it comes to pure size and muscle mass, the bear has Flair beat, but Flair has the tenacity, the mindset, the knowledge that is of humans. This is humans versus nature. Double axe handle to the head of the bear. Chopping the bear's chest, trying to light him up. And a super kick from the bear. This bear nearly super kicked everyone out of the 30-person Battle Royal in Season 1, nearly winning an Icon Division opportunity. Now Flair targeting the paws of the bear. Targeting his bare hands. Working over the arm, knowing that's where a lot of this bear's power comes from. Its punching strength. And also its jaws. Likes to bite people a lot, but the squeezing bear hug. Another double axe handle crowning the bear. Flair's gonna meet the bear outside before he can even roll out of it. Powerbomb position to the floor from the bear. Concrete meets fur. The bear colliding with the floor, and Flair. It has been all Flair this match. Saito suplex, dumping him on his neck and shoulders. Double stomp. The bear and Flair have a stare down. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. The bear grabbing and bouncing Flair's head off his knee. Rolls through. Looking for an enziguri, but got caught by the bear. The bear, undoubtedly the powerhouse of the coalition. That headbutt. And a leg lariat nearly taking Flair's head right off his shoulders. Flair's back up. Ooh, below zero! Below zero this early into the matchup! Flair, 2! No! FlairZero! Nearly just outsmarted a bear, and that's not your average bear running knee strike! And the bear now targeting the gut with his head. Attacking the sternum, the headbutts. They say nobody wins in a headbutt, but the bear seems to be losing it. After that below zero, the bear, that just triggered something in the bear. And it is an all-out mauling for Flair. Punches to the gut and face. That one rocked Flair up against the ropes. Sending him off those, bumps him. And the bear now kicks to the face. It looks like Flair might have just pissed him off. Headbutt again. We've seen a lot of things in MPW, but have we seen a bear fly? Oh my god, just stepping on a Flair. Flair kip ups. But the bear is just in control. Bear hug. No. Flair's not allowing it. German suplex. Bear's back up. Spine buster. Bear hug, spine buster to FlairZero. Kick out at 2. Flair rolling to the outside. The bear's gonna meet him on the outside. Oh my god! It's diving, single leg kick, and landing on his feet. We talk about cats always landing on their feet, but so do bears. And a clothesline! Flair's head nearly being detached 2 times in this match. I think the bear might just be playing with him at this point. FlairZero might be completely out of it. I never want to count out anybody in the match. Headbutt busts Flair open, but I think Flair might be done for. Wait, just as I say that, the bear thought so too! Back body drop! Flair kip up, maybe playing possum. Maybe the blood dripping out of his nose woke him up. Forearm. FlairZero double stomp. Kick down. And now Flair in control. Going back up top. Elbow drop. Going to cover the bear for the win. Kick out at 2. Flair was hoping that would have been 3, but nowhere close. And Flair's going to take his time on the outside. Double stomp again. Trying to void the lungs of the bear from air. Ducks the punch this time. Gets him with one of his own and a sleeper hold to the bear. Of course, you cannot win on the outside by submission. But you can wear down your opponent, wearing the bear, cutting off the circulation, the breathing of the bear as the bear is just flailing. The bear might be knocked out. If the bear gets knocked out, there's nothing for him. The ref's got to call it. No! The bear nearly suffocated by Flair as we get to the 4-count leg lariat. A target. What the hell was that? I think we're going to have to contact HR about that one. Flair gets back up. 5 or 6 count. They got to get back into the ring, and Flair knows this. Rolling the bear through the ropes. Ooh, ducks the bear's grab. Bear ducks him. It's whoever can get the first hit off. Bear hug. Barely cinched in, but Flair is just getting squeezed. He can't lift up Flair, but Flair's got nowhere to go. He's got to break out of it if he wants a chance at winning this matchup. There he goes. Claps the bear. Running bulldog. The busted nose of Flair just dripping blood. Below 0, no. Power slam. And the bear is looking to put Flair away, 2. Kick out at 2. And the bear thought he had that one. The bear backing up and mauling Flair. Somebody get him off of him. He's mauling FlairZero. We are seeing a bear maul him. Cut the cameras. Cut the cameras. Flair is dying. The bear wiping his mouth. Looking to end it. No, elbow. Below 0, no, caught again. Clothesline. Flair is going to have a concussion when he wakes up in the morning. Rolls through. Drop kick. So back and forth. Ooh, kicked. Head kick. Judo toss. And Flair in control. The momentum pendulum swung to his side. Below 0. But Flair is so damaged. So worn. Can he crawl? Can he crawl to the bear for the cover? And the bear super close to the ropes. 1, 2, 3. But the bear was completely knocked out. FlairZero, bloody and all, picks up a win and will move on in the #1 contenders tournament. My God, or should I say, actually, I'm being told in my earpiece right now that FlairZero has actually made it to the #1 contenders. May I correct that? Made it to the #1 contenders match. as the #1 contenders match will be contested in a triple threat. So we will have 3 matches to determine the 3 contenders. So FlairZero has made it to the #1 contenders match. Who will join him? As we will move on to our next Icon Division #1 contenders match. Who will join him? We will see. It is time for our semi-main event of the evening and our second Icon Division #1 contenders tournament match. Who will earn their spot in the Icon Division #1 contendership 3-way? And I was talking about this man a little bit in the previous matchup, but someone that the Bear knows well and someone that seems to have a very interesting relationship with the Bear, Greg. Greg had an impressive, dare I say, upset victory against Angel. And now Greg, the second member of the Coalition in this tournament, looking to solidify his position in the #1 contenders match. Can the Coalition bring home a championship by the next Premium Live event? We'll have to see, but I would not be counting out Greg. Taking out a 2-time openweight champion. Definitely the underdog going into that match. Can Greg pull out a victory here? I was talking about the Bear not being known, but very little is known about Greg, the ominous Greg. Very little is known about him. All I know is he showed up one match he was not sanctioned for, and then got hired with the Coalition, and that is how he earned himself a contract in the Coalition. Earned a contract in MPW, excuse me. And his opponent, coming off of a win himself against Tabby Cat, MerlinGTB, once again coming out alone. We saw his partner and protege, or maybe former partner and protege, Garreth Unported, backstage earlier tonight. Usually these guys are inseparable, Garreth and Merlin, but it seems like for the past couple of weeks, Garreth is nowhere to be seen, and the duo of the Wizard King seem to be separate, maybe having some lovers quarrel, who knows, but if I'm Greg, I'm happy about it. Knowing that Garreth ain't in his corner means that he can't get to some shenanigans, but you'll see Merlin try to get some shenanigans, looking for a count-out victory or something. Merlin and Garreth have looked across the ring recently with each other, against each other, as Greg and Merlin have looked across the ring at each other recently, as Greg and Merlin battled it out in war games, being part of opposite teams. Greg part of the Coalition against Coalition of Humans against Treachery. Merlin being part of the MPW4. And Garreth's team, of course, if you guys saw that show, picked up the win, forcing Garreth Unported to no longer be eligible for the Icon Division Championship for the rest of the season. Merlin, jackknife powerbomb. As we're going to start out with a little back and forth, and honestly, you know, Greg is an impressive talent. You know, he's a dark horse when it comes to in-ring ability. You never really know what to expect from him. But something that I can say is incredibly impressive. Jeez. Ripcord clothesline flipping Merlin inside out. The thing you can say that is impressive about him that no other competitor in MPW has ever accomplished is he wrestles in jeans. Oh my god, riding Merlin like a surfboard. Using his hands like motorcycle handles. And now working over Merlin's arms. Pulling at the fingers. You could easily dislocate a phalange. And the crowd chanting, break his fingers. They want blood. Merlin is not a fan favorite when it comes to the crowd, and the crowd is letting him know it. Greg off the ropes. Ooh, just soccer kick. Greg going for the cover. Kick out of 2. It has been all Greg up until this point now, since Greg has grabbed the momentum. As I say it, though, commentators curse as per usual. Merlin grabbing the back of the head of Greg. And it's going to get him up against those ropes, off the ropes. Bumps him. And the rights and lefts from Merlin. Ooh, into the rib, knees into the ribs. And a discus punch to Greg. Taking the big man off his feet. You know, usually you think, when you think of big men, you think of Merlin, but Greg has him in height. Maybe not in strength. Ooh, that's going to do some damage. That could shatter Merlin's elbow as he crashes to the floor with that elbow drop. 2 count, tosses Greg by the neck, kip up. And Greg's going to use this time on the outside to his advantage. Grabbing Merlin into the barricade and just dropping him on top of it. Kick to the side of the head. His face rippling with the impact. 5 count. Though Greg and Merlin both want to make sure they keep track of the count. Neither one wants to lose by disqualification. Merlin has faced Greg many a times. He's faced Greg in a tag team match, faced him in war games. And it's never a clear-cut who's going to come out on top. Ooh, running shoulder tackle, busting through Greg. And now Merlin is going to start showing off that toxicity of Merlin, that cockiness. Merlin likes to spout some nonsense in the ring to his opponent, try to get into their head. And that's exactly what he's doing here. Greg, kick out of 1. You can see the frustration on Merlin's face. The anger Yakuza kick. Yakuza kick from Merlin to Greg. Knocking him straight back down to the canvas. And he won't stay up for long. Merlin going up top. Could we be seeing a magic missile coming Greg's way? Magic missile drop kick to put Greg away, the second coalition member to be defeated tonight. No, kick out at 2, and I talk about the frustration. This time more obvious, pop-up punch from Merlin. The anger dripping off Merlin like the sweat from these two. Forearm, forearm, forearm. Into the Gregening. The Gregening flipping Merlin around into the center of the ring. The Gregening busting Merlin open. Ooh, headbutt. I don't know if I would do that, Merlin. With that busted open, it looks like Merlin, Jesus, trying to get some blood through the mask. Hitting him with the good side. Sends Greg into the corner and now busting Greg under the mask. Don't ask me how I know. And now just elbows to the jaw. Definitely looks like Greg is pissed off Merlin. A lot stiffer shots. Merlin going back up top once again. For this time in the match, that elbow drop. This time he connects with it. For another time, Merlin's going to keep the high rent district in his thoughts. And a splash to Greg. Hooks the leg. Heavy incline on that hook. Gets the shoulder up, though. And Merlin, like a shark, smelling blood in the water. Seeing stars. Greg is out of it. Yes, he is. Merlin's going to meet Flair in the triple threat match. That is 0 for 2 for the Coalition tonight. Merlin GTB will move on and meet Flair in the triple threat. Who will be the third man to enter that matchup? Will we see any more coalition members? Or will that be all as we will move on to our main event of the night? An open weight championship match. Shmeeps will be defending the open weight championship next. It is time for the main event of the evening. The MPW Openweight Championship will be defended. The challengers are randomly selected from any division and is contested in falls count anywhere matchup, meaning you can submit your opponent on outside of the ring, inside of the ring, use any weapons, and the challenger for ShmeepsWorld's Openweight Championship in making their debut singles match. Ayasu, the right hand of the Shogunate, Rize, 1/3 of the Shogunate, a follower of the current Idol Division champion Rize. We don't know much. We don't know much about her. But can she pull out? Can the Shogunate carry 2 championships in the division, the open weight and the idol division? Rize is going to be watching this match closely from the back. It's going to be a hard match for the champion when the challenger is so unknown, but when you're in the open weight division, you have to expect the unknown, as the championship can be defended by anybody from any division. But this champion has defended against so much adversity. Can she do it again? ShmeepsWorld, coming off of a big defense at the PLE, the Premium Live event, all on the line, has beaten the likes of Emrys Morgana. BeepsWorld has really just put in the work as the openweight championship, as the openweight champion. And of course, I may be biased, but that championship looks fantastic around the waist of ShmeepsWorld. Will she keep it here tonight? That championship, some call it the openweight championship, others have a different nickname for it. They call it the Blue Chipper Championship, because the winner, or the champion, has to be a fighting champion, has to put in the work. You have to defend it 2 times as many times as an icon or an idol division championship, and it's between both divisions. Anybody can show up. You're not prepared coming into this match, and also contested in falls count anywhere. Anything goes. Weapons, chairs, kendo sticks, tables, ladders, anything can be used. Ayasu making their in-ring singles debut. Azanaza made their singles debut, already picking up a win. Can the Shogunate pick up another win? Or will they fall to the one of the greatest openweight champions of all time, as ShmeepsWorld the openweight championship is what it's all about. It is all on the line for our main event of MPW, giving you a premium match on free TV. ShmeepsWorld out the gate doesn't quite get caught, or doesn't quite get all of it. It's caught. For ShmeepsWorld, also, this is not just about standing Spanish Fly. It's not just about picking up a win and defending the championship. It's about showing the new people, hey, just because you can't just come in and pick up a win against a decorated champion, you know. You have to earn your stripes. If Ayasu can pick up the win here tonight, that would be an incredible victory for her. But it's going to be a tough fight ahead off the ropes dropkick if you want to beat ShmeepsWorld. Ooh, a disrespectful slap to ShmeepsWorld. And I keep wanting to say bicycle kick, and a soccer kick. Rolls Ayasu up. keeping them on their toes, saying, hey, you could lose this championship opportunity as quickly as you got it. Oh, cross body out of the corner. Very rarely do we see someone fight out of the corner like that. Ayasu gonna send Shmeeps into the corner this time. Gonna pop Shmeeps to the top rope. What could she be thinking? Whatever it was, Shmeeps had it countered off the ropes. Hooking the legs around the neck for a head scissor. And now Shmeeps going over the ropes, maybe looking for a critical roll, but not having it lined up. Sling Blade rolls through for the drop kick to plant Ayasu. Trying to keep her down, but she won't stay down. Clothesline this time. Just a flurry of clotheslines, catches the leg, sweeps the other one. ShmeepsWorld gaining that momentum. Neither of these two have even left the ring yet. Oh, critical roll! This time connecting with it. Ayasu completely caught off guard. And the Openweight Championship dreams nearly dashed in her first ever match. Sling Blade again rolls through for that drop kick. Ayasu, though, just taking it on the chin like made out of brick walls, bumps him. Ooh, what the hell was that? Reversal into like a knee strike, throws Ayasu over the ropes. And ShmeepsWorld is going to show you what an Openweight Championship is all about. Grabbing the metal bat from under the ring. And Ayasu's going to narrowly escape that one with some knee strikes. Taking advantage over the champion, working the legs. Continuing to target the legs. I mean, that's an expert strategy. We always talk about targeting the parts of the body that would be most effective against each individual, and ShmeepsWorld uses her legs a lot for the power, her jumping, her running, her speed. If you can take out the legs, that definitely weakens Shmeeps quite a bit, but she's Openweight Champion for a reason. She's reigning and defending Openweight Champion for a reason. Sends Ayasu off the ring post. Now Ayasu's going to get a taste of her own medicine. Sending Ayasu back into the ring. Of course, you do not have to win inside the ring, but sometimes the ropes and the turnbuckles are exactly what you need. Ayasu looking very injured on the inside there. Around the world to put away and defend the championship one more time. 1, 2, no! Kick out for the challenger. Barely keeping her hopes alive. Ayasu definitely showing her durability. Sending Shmeeps onto the ropes. Step up. Kick off the ropes and now going to fly through the ropes. What the hell is going on here? ShmeepsWorld reversal into a powerbomb to put away Ayasu on the floor. I think Ayasu was looking for a Hurricane Rana through the bottom rope. ShmeepsWorld caught her and just powerbombed her onto the floor. A risky maneuver. Double choke bomb. I don't think we've ever seen anything quite like it. Seeing the blues! Not seeing the blues. Feeling the blues. Excuse me. Goes for the pin, nearly. Winning the championship. Kip up. Feeling the blues. By Ayasu. And Shmeeps is going to give the front row a show as she bounces Ayasu off the barricade. ShmeepsWorld bumps him. ShmeepsWorld sending Ayasu into the timekeeper corner right beside the French-Canadian commentators table. Ayasu twisting ShmeepsWorld. Twisting ShmeepsWorld ribs, looking for a submission hold. Got Shmeeps barely locked in. And Shmeeps reverses, dumping Ayasu onto those chairs. The ring announcer in the timekeeper's chair. Ayasu sends Shmeeps into the French Canadian commentators table. Shmeeps has really had the edge in this match, but I feel like it could still be anyone's game. Targeting the legs again, this time specifically that left knee. Trying to take all the momentum out from under ShmeepsWorld. But Shmeeps has got 2 legs, not just one. Ayasu sending Shmeeps into the ring, looking for a weapon this time. Maybe something that can even the odds here. Sledgehammer to the back, rolls through though. ShmeepsWorld not looking for it. Ayasu, reversal in the corner. Ooh, shoulder tackle right into the gut. Shmeeps has got nowhere to go as Ayasu just pummels her in the corner, stomping a hole straight through her stomach. Ayasu looking back at that sledgehammer, hesitating for a moment, thinking against it. Not sure what to do against the champion. Hesitation can cost matches. And Ayasu knows this. Dual brainbuster! Twisting dimensions with that brainbuster from Ayasu. This time made up her mind on the sledgehammer, now driving it into the arm of ShmeepsWorld. Shmeeps fighting for it. Ooh, straight to the gut. That's going to knock the wind out of your sails. Big boot kicks the sledgehammer out from under it. Feeling the blues onto the sledgehammer. New champion. 1, 2, 3. New openweight champion. Ayasu picked up her first ever championship in MPW in her debut match. The Shogunate has one more belt, one more trophy in their squad, as I will have to thank you for watching MPW, and we will see you guys next time.